Oscar Schmidt, who's on Hill Squad.
No idea who he is.
Okay, he is a Brazilian hero. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, okay.
And he is one of the best international basketball players to ever step foot on a court. So
wow.
Be out there. That's royalty right there.
Okay.
Lindsey Whalen, WNBA player. And then I guess if I go with the acting side, I like Caleb McLaughlin.
Wow.
He's a good, fine actor, a child actor. So I guess they'll pin him up against Miles Brown when they're on the court.
All right.
So that's Friday's Celebrities game. But also on Friday is the Rising Skills Challenge, where you have 10 first and second year players against who are here from the States versus 10 first and second year players from overseas.
Now, what exactly is the Rising Skills Challenge?
It's taking the rookies and sophomores game. So they're still all-stars, but some of the rookies and second year players who are American born are going against some of the first and second year players who are from, whether they're from Germany or Australia. You know, basketball is international and there's a lot of foreign born players in the NBA. So this is going to be that matchup. So almost another type of all-star game.
Wow.
And it's really going to be exciting. That follows up the celebrity game. So I'll watch the celebrity game. I'll pay more attention to the Rising Skills Challenge. Then All-Star Saturday night is where you have the three-point contest, the skills challenge, and the slam dunk contest.
And you know what? This is, again, the All-Star Celebrity Game is always, I mean, it's so full of entertainment. It's so action-packed. It's like we said, it's the best. It's the best.
It's the best of both worlds as far as entertainment and sports. And the NBA really feeds off of that, and they make a big draw. And it brings in people like yourself.
You got me.
And they don't discredit that as well. So New Orleans is the place to be. Shout outs to all our people in the 504. They're going to enjoy All-Star Weekend. All right, I know the calendar reads February. There's a lot of snow and ice and frigid temperatures outside for some of our listeners, but baseball is back.
Yes.
Pitchers and catchers are in camp. Down in Florida and in Arizona, spring training is here.
Now, this is my favorite time of the year. I love baseball.
I love baseball, too. What's interesting about this spring training, a couple of things. Well, first, the Chicago Cubs head to camp for the first time as defending champs since 1909. They won the World Series in 2008.
Wow.
So 2009 was the last time they went to camp as the defending champs.
Wow. You know they're going to come out with their new swag.
It's new. It's different for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
The World Baseball Classic, that's kind of like the Olympics for baseball. It's an international tournament that's going to start March 6th and run through the 22nd.
Can't wait.
But one of the little early tidbits or news that I thought was so interesting is it's being tossed around as a way to tweak the game with a new rule change. Now, one of the things that's good about baseball, there's no clock.
Right.
So but it goes on.
Yeah.
But a lot of the younger people, where the short attention span, they want to speed up the game.
Right, right.
So in an effort to kind of change that, there's a report that was first put out there by Yahoo Sports about changing the way the game is played in extra innings.
Okay. Tell us about that.
Well, this is what they want to do. Now, you know how extra innings is like overtime.
Right.
Okay. And with baseball, if you're the home team, you have the last at bat.
Right.
But so from the 10th inning on, for whether it's the top of the inning or the bottom half of the inning, they want to start a runner on second base.
To speed it up.
You're already in scoring position.
Right. Okay.
I don't like that.
Me either. And maybe that's because I love baseball. So I know
purists.
It's long. I know baseball is long, but I love the game. I love the way it is, and I really wish they would leave it alone. But then I also understand that times change, fans change, and the new fans they have coming in. You're right. Attention span is short, and and you're like get a little antsy. I'm
all for rule changes that are going to help the game, like instant replay or expanding a playoff field, but not something like where you're going to, all right, we're going to put a runner on second base. And that just really changes the dynamics of everything.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Start out with the bases are empty. You have 3 outs. Don't put a runner on just because it's gone into extra innings and now it's going to make a long game even longer. That's what we like about that.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. I love, like I say, I love every aspect of it. And it can drag on for hours and hours. And don't let it be a rain delay. Then that makes it longer. So I understand for the new fan perspective, but even as an older fan, I think, sometimes change is good and you just got to get used to it.
And this is something that's going to be, the test would run in the summertime.
Right.
The Gulf Coast leagues and the Arizona leagues.
Right.
And then see how it pans out there. Yeah. And if it did come up to the majors, it wouldn't be this season. I don't know if it would be next season or the season afterwards. But I just think it's a dumb idea. Leave it the way it is. That's just kind of like starting a football game or overtime at the 50-yard line, or we're going to start overtime of basketball doing free throw shooting at the foul line and see what you can go from there. No.
I really wish they'd leave it alone. And
leave it
it's
alone.
Good. It's good.
And I get it that where a lot of people can be thrown off by the longevity of the game, but it's a part of it.
It is.
And it really alters the strategy. Other than that, I'm so excited. Looking forward to baseball being back.
Me too. Welcome back, baseball. Welcome back.
We missed you. And still on my bucket list with our birthdays being in March.
Yeah.
One of these days, I want to get down to Port St. Lucie for a spring training Mets game.
Now, that could be a birthday present for both of us.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But we're just really ecstatic that baseball is back. It's been a long time since October. We're ready for it. Let's step our game up and raise the bar, pardon the pun, with gymnastics.
Jake Dalton has had such a great competition, both in night 1 and tonight on his first 3 events.
And this is his thing. 4 times he was the best in the United States on the floor.
He's going to do a backflip, 3 revolutions, 3 twists right here. Can he get it?
Wow.
I think he is the most dependable guy on the floor.
Now Alex Nador, a 4-time U.S. pommel horse champion, and we talk all the time, pommel horse is just really hard.
Pommel horse alone doesn't make an Olympic team, but that one I think did.
Wow, look at that.
And he knows that. He's going to travel across the horse. Looks like there is no nerves going on at all. Flies up to the handstand. Best routine I've seen him do.
Go figure.
That's the Sam Mikulak that Team USA needs. Well, regardless, Chris Brooks put it out there.
How's that for handling pressure? Tim, is that about as good as he can do that?
It absolutely is.
All right, the Winter Cup Challenge jumps off February 16th through the 18th at the Westgate Las Vegas Resort.
Okay.
Okay, now the performances at the Winter Cup Challenge will determine 15 members of the U.S. men's national team through the P&G Gymnastics Championship, which is later on this summer out in Anaheim, California.
All right.
Now, gymnastics leading this event, we got 4 guys that were in the Olympics in Rio last summer. Jake Dalton, Chris Brooks, Sam Mikulak, and Alex Nador, who was a bronze medalist in the Rio Summer Games.
Yeah, I watched some of their previous performances, and when I mean these guys have, oh my God, their upper body strength is amazing.
Super strength overall.
Yes.
And then you got to have the balance, to stick the landing.
Yeah, they're nice.
Because the judges will just take off. What we look at is like, oh, that's great. The judges will take off points for like one slight little misstep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, with some of the events beginning on Thursday the 16th, the floor, the pommel horse, the still rings. That's when they were balancing themselves and up in the air and
Up
holding,
in the air, you gotta
doing
hold
the
your
flips
body
as well
weight.
too.
Yeah.
The vault, the parallel bars, and the high bar.
Wow.
So it's a lot. It's some stiff competition, and it's a lot going on out there for this Winter Cup Challenge.
It is.
And gymnastics is one of those great sports that doesn't get the pub that it deserves when it's not an Olympic year.
Right. It doesn't. It takes a lot of dedication and hard work. Oh my goodness, hard work.
So we're giving it its just due. The Winter Cup Challenge, February 16th through the 18th, Las Vegas.
At Married to the Game, we aim to separate ourselves from the rest with compelling stories which go beyond the box score.
Today's installment of Beyond the Box Score features a conversation with 22-year-old golfer Ginger Howard, a rising star on the Symetra Tour. The Symetra Tour, also known as the Road to the LPGA, is a developmental tour designed to prepare the world's best young women golfers for success as pros. Since joining the tour in 2012, Howard has traveled the country, making a name for herself as a future force to be reckoned with, posting 5 top 10 finishes. Howard talks with us about all things golf, her upbringing, and her place in history as an African-American woman climbing up the ranks of the LPGA Tour. Hey, Ginger, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Of course, no problem. Thank you for having me.
You know, you're young in age, but you've been playing golf for a long time. Talk about the early days of playing with your dad and your sister, and what really made you fall in love with the game.
Oh my gosh. So I started playing golf when I was 6 years old. So I've been playing for 16 years now, and competitively for 14 and professionally for 6. And in the early days, when it was just me, my dad, and my little sister, it was not only fun, like my dad always made it fun for us, practicing and getting better and working on whatever he had us working on, but the competition really made me fall in love with the game and traveling, and I made so many friends at a young age till now, and I would say that had really made me fall in love with it. At first it was just the bug, I would say, that everybody talks about. Once I started swinging, I loved it. I loved watching the acceleration and watching the flight of the golf ball in the air, doing different things with the golf ball through different types of shots. But now I'm getting carried away. But yeah, that would be how I fell in love with it.
How did you balance homeschool and, the busy travel schedule and regular family stuff with fine-tuning your game?
Well, my mom had homeschooled my sister and I, and she did that very well, balanced it all out. It was actually very convenient for my sister and I to do homeschooling. Mm-hmm. My mom, who helped with maintenance and made sure we were caught up with whatever we had to be caught up with, and good in each subject. And we had an evaluator come over to our house throughout the years, or we would go to hers to make sure that we were on track and up to date with our work.
Well, you're not the first woman of color to play professionally, but the scales are tremendously unbalanced in terms of diversity. So I want to know, how honorable does it feel to follow in the footsteps of women like Althea Gibson, Renee Powell, and then current players like Cheyenne Woods or Mariah Stackhouse?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's incredible. Oh, my gosh. To be amongst the few that have made history, being a woman of color, has not only helped with my attitude, but has helped me as a person, I would say. And let me elaborate on that. First off, it's a privilege. And I tell young girls that all the time when they ask for advice or ask how this is possible. I would say it helped me have a level head because you can obviously get a big head because of this stuff. But talking with players like Renee Powell and Cheyenne, it's been great to have her.